Hello everybody, welcome to a new updated video game collection. We're going to start off, the last one was almost a year now. I think it's been a very long time. I decided to do an updated video. I really want to start trying to do some channel uploads, so this will be a long and detailed video game list. Starting off the first one with being Alien Isolation. I heard this was a great horror game. I never really played it yet. I bought it, installed it, never played it, deleted it. And that's how some of this list goes. Secondly, Assassin's Creed Origins. I wanted to get into the series and try to play them all. Considering I've only ever played the one for the PlayStation 3, which I believe was Assassin's Creed 2. Started going around buying some of them and still haven't played it, and it's been on the shelf for almost a year or two now. Valhalla. Case was actually, the box art's flipped in it, but the game I started, it was pretty cool. Didn't get too far. It's in the backlog, and everyone knows how backlog games goes. Adventure Time, Pirates of, I don't know how to say the word. So I was looking for an easy platinum. GameStop employee told me, he's like, this is probably a very easy game considering it's like a kid's game. Started it, didn't get too far, threw it back on the list. Batman VR, I got it when I bought a VR bundle. Never played it, don't know anything about it. Batman, another Batman game I bought, it was like only $5 at a game shop I went to. Figured I'd get it for the collection, never played it. Bendy and the Ink Machine, I heard it was a pretty cool game with a very crazy ending. Otherwise, I can't say I've ever really played it. It's another one of those games. It's here, never played it. Sealed copy of Bloodborne. I have the digital edition on here. This one I found sealed. I don't know if it'll ever be worth something, but I mean, a sealed game for a very cheap price. That's pretty cool. Back 4 Blood, not much to say. It was supposed to be like the Left 4 Dead series, and it was like semi-close, just really didn't hit home to the Left 4 Dead games. Borderlands 3, not much to say. This is just the deluxe edition, came with some cool stuff. Got this at GameStop when it was brand new. I had never played a Borderlands game before, so I don't know, I bought this. These steelbooks are actually pretty cool. It's just like the box art, and I started it. Didn't get too far in it. And not much else to say. Sorry. Battlefield games. I don't really know too much about them. Never got into Battlefield, but I have them. Call of Duty Cold War. A game I spent some decent amount of hours on. Trying to go for the Dark Matter camo and zombies. It's almost there, but when my friends and I were playing it a lot more, and then when they stopped playing it for the new for Vanguard and other COD games, I just didn't really spend too much time on it. Call of Duty, I got this when it actually came out on Black Friday. Very cool. I got Prestige Master on Zombies, and their version of Prestige Master on Zombies in like a week of playing it. Didn't do too much, didn't do Easter eggs, did campaign, didn't spend too much time on it. It was kind of bad Call of Duty. Black Ops 3, probably the best COD they made on the new gen. Spent a lot of hours, hit Prestige Master on it, never got Dark Matter, have like almost every DLC, you know how that goes. Best Call of Duty in my opinion on the new gen. Another edition of Black Ops 3. This is actually what I got with my console, because I have the special edition Black Ops 3, so this is my original copy compared to this one I bought again, because I was running 2 PS4s, game rooms and how they go. World War II, rebought this game. I had it when it originally came out, traded it in, bought it again, and then it was free on the PlayStation Store. So I mean, I want it for the more or less having it in the collection. Modern Warfare, bought it when it was brand new, traded it because I was like, I didn't care for Modern Warfare, didn't do any of the campaign on it. Spent some time, got some Obsidian camo. Not much else to say. Concrete Genie, very fun game, very easy platinum game. It's a lot of like creativity and such. I would say it's a very recommended game if you've never played it. Cooking Mama, a game that I thought Platinum would be very fun. More or less, it's a very tedious game. A lot of time you gotta spend on it perfecting recipes, and well, it's Cookie Mom game. I've never played one, but saw it, got it. Don't Knock Twice, pretty cool horror game. It feels like a lot like the indie games on there. What am I thinking of? I might be getting mixed up. I don't know. But it has like that cheap horror thrill. It feels like an indie game. But let's try like this. Doom VR got it with bundle. I never played it. It's on the backlog. Dead Rising 2. I played it on the PS3. I'm a big Dead Rising fan. Never played the first one. Played the second one when it came out. Got it brand new. Played it on the PS3. Bought it again for the PS4. Dead Rising 4. Kind of a letdown. I mean, it was alright. It had like cool zombie feel, but just felt very ridiculous, very rushed. It was fun. Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3. I bought all these games because I wanted to try the Souls games. I'm terrible at them. I've never played Dark Souls 3 or Dark Souls 2, but I still have them, so maybe we'll play them one day. Destroy All Humans. Got it because PS2 version was very fun back in the day. And then I saw this when GameStop was having like a big blowout sale of games that were listed at a certain price for like super cheap. So I got it, I wanted to try to platinum it, and it's glitched on a mission, and I just haven't really wanted to bother playing it again. Dishonored, never played it. I have it, I found it at like a thrift shop for $1, so I mean, how can I really pass it up, I guess. Dying Light, such a fun game, in my opinion. Didn't play too much of it, but for the most part from what I played, it was an excellent, fun game. Zombies with, parkour, cool weapons, saying, what am I looking for? What's the word? Saying, like, crazy creatures type thing, Days Gone, highly recommended game. You got zombies, motorcycles, cool weapons, and such, This game I platinum in about a week when I got back into it. Highly recommended if you've not played it and looking for a fun survival game. Death Stranding. I wish I could tell you more about it. I had bought it because I heard it was a good game, but it's still in the backlog. Devil May Cry. This is a pretty cool game. I've only played like a little bit of the intro, but then I never played a Devil May Cry game. So I got this at a sale from when Target was having, I think, Black Friday sales or something last year. Got it, had it, never finished it. Farpoint, don't even know what it's about, don't know what it is. It came in the VR bundle like that. Fallout 4, I wish I still had my original copy. This is another copy I got for dirt cheap. It's a Fallout game. It's pretty fun, lots to do. They add some new things to it, like settlements and such. More or less, spent a lot of hours on it when it first came out. Max level, like everything done. Missing like 2 trophies on it. Wish I would finish it. Fallout 76. This is the GameStop exclusive, which I don't know what you actually got because I didn't buy this for the GameStop thing. This is another one of those games found it at like a thrift shop for $1 or less, and I wanted all the Fallout games for the PlayStation 4, so I mean, Far Cry 4, this is the Walmart edition. This isn't my original edition. Bought this at a game store because I wanted to try it. I didn't do too much of it. I bought it, wanted to try it. Didn't get too far. Far Cry 5. This is an amazing Far Cry for anyone that's never played it. I highly recommend trying it if you haven't. Open world, some crazy like bosses to do and deal with, weapons, cars, cool followers and everything. It's a highly recommended game if you haven't tried it. Far Cry Primal. I don't know what it's about. I bought it because when I was on the Far Cry series kick, I wanted to, continually play it. And this is a game I haven't played. Grand Theft Auto 5. Everyone, there's not much to say about Grand Theft Auto. Gang Beasts, I bought it. It seemed like a very unique game to have. and try, and I thought there'd be a platinum and a fun party game when you'd have, people over. But instead, it's pretty. It's like kind of a lame-ish game. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it, and with no platinum, because I was trying to go. I'm like, I do platinum games, so I'm like, I thought it'd be like an easy platinum. There's not even a platinum to it, so after I saw that, I was just like, why even bother? God of War, highly recommended. I just started it myself after PlayStation gave it for free, and I actually had my own copy. I just got the brutality of and everything, cool, good story. Working on it right now, so we will see how it goes. Ghost of Tsushima, highly recommended game. From a lot of what people tell me, great game, open world. Bought it, wanted to play it, and I had yet to play it. Horizon Zero Dawn, Steelbook Edition. Thing is, though, I tried it. I didn't get too far in the game, so I can't really tell you much details. It's like an open world game. It feels like a bit apocalyptic, open world. Bows and arrows. Yet your enemies are like these robot creatures. I could be completely wrong about what really goes on, but I don't know. I haven't put too many hours into it. Hidden Agenda. I don't know anything about it. I saw it. I thought it was one of those rare, unique games that shows up every once in a while. Turns out it's pretty cheap. It's I don't know. You need like phones or something to do it. So I thought it was like a party game, but you need people that be on their phones to get all that. I was like, I do not want to be bothered with it. Humans Fall Flat. I bought this. I was gonna keep it sealed because it seemed like the Untitled Goose Game. It seems like those odd games that people come out with. It's just like anything. The odd games, in my opinion, I thought it was like, one day it might be worth something, but it does have a platinum. I couldn't tell you too much about it. I started it, didn't get too far, and it still sits here. House Flipper is a game I saw Markiplier play, I recall, and then when I finally saw it actually came out on console, I thought it was a very cool and unique game. It's just basically the same. It's a simulator game. I wanted to try to platinum it, but instead I started it, and it's just a drag to do. So I mean, it's easy. It's an easy game to platinum, but it's one of those games that you gotta take time to do. Hellblade, a game I watched. Mystic, I believe his YouTube channel is. He did a 30-day, 30 platinum video. I absolutely love that idea. I saw this game. It was like, I think he said it only took 8 to 12 hours to platinum. I think there's only like 10 trophies, and it's chapter-based trophies. Started it, and then I was not very good at it, and I died multiple times on one level, so then I kind of just had a bit of a rage, and I didn't want to play it anymore. But it'll get done one day. Home Sweet Home. I bought this recently because with it being October, and it's scary season, horror season, whatever you'd like to call it. I was like, nothing like a good horror game for the month of October. I don't know what it's about. The back looks pretty interesting. A VR game only. I mean, I'm hoping it's a good, scary game. Next we have the Hitman game. I don't have the first one. I lent it out to a friend years ago, and one thing I always learned is you never lend out to friends because you never get them back. Not much to say, it's a Hitman game. Doesn't have a platinum, but it was still a pretty cool game to come out with. We got Hitman 3. This game actually, I believe, is the newest. This is the newest Hitman to come out with. Has a platinum. It's pretty much kind of a hard game to platinum, but very well worth it. Not too many trophies, just a bit grindy to do. It's a definite recommend if you've never played one. I'd say it's definitely worth trying. Now we come down to Injustice. It's just like Mortal Kombat without the brutalities or anything. It's one of those games, if you're a platinum hunter, very hard game to platinum, but it's still made by the same people like Mortal Kombat. So I'd say it's a game if you want like if you don't like the blood and gore that Mortal Kombat has, And this is what you buy. It's like very mellow compared to it. Oh, let's take out the hole. You got Injustice 2. I bought this brand new at GameStop. Well, when I say brand new, I mean they said it was used, but then they gave me a sealed copy, so I was pretty happy about that. I got the Legendary Edition from them. So it comes with all the characters. It's just like Injustice, but this one has some cool characters. You can see you got Hellboy. I don't know who those guys are. Raiden and a Ninja Turtle. So overall, pretty cool. I don't know too much about the series. I mainly did the story, did some AI fights, and I was like, I don't want to be bothered with it. Next, It Takes Two. It's a great game if you have someone to play it with. It's great for, like, I would say a party game, but I'm like, it's more like a maybe couple game or a game to play with a friend if you guys are looking for a platinum. Just the trophies aren't bad. It's like it's got the little bit of puzzles and everything, odd bosses. Very fun though. Another VR game I got with the bundle. I only bought my VR bundle because I wanted to play Job Simulator. There's another game I wanted to get, but I don't have it yet. But I mainly bought the VR set for the for Job Simulator and Beat Saber, I believe it is, and there's another one that you got. Otherwise, I've never played any of these VR games, and I don't know if I plan to. It's another one that came with the bundle, Just Dance. It's Just Dance game. Metro, this is a game a friend of mine recommended. He said it's a great game, so I picked it up when I found it. I've yet to play it. It's sitting in the backlog. Lego City Undercover. This is a very actual fun Lego game. In my opinion, like Lego games compared to the old ones, the newer ones, they're just not as great. This one is basically like a big open world Grand Theft Auto with Legos, but you could steal the cars, drive them, crash them. You got the fun missions, fun characters, funny dialogue. It's exactly what big Lego games, in my opinion, are known for. I'd say great story. I'm still working on it. It's not done yet, but it's still very good to play. Minecraft Dungeons. At first I thought when I saw this it was going to be kind of lame, but overall the trophies aren't bad. It's another one of those games you got to grind for a little bit, but in the end, it's very fun. Game I picked up a while ago. Not much else to say. It's Minecraft. You're fighting stuff. It's like a Dungeons & Dragons game, it feels like. Minecraft PS4 edition. Not much to say. It's a Minecraft game. I have this platinum. Deleted it immediately after. Didn't really feel the need to be bothered with it. But, it's Minecraft. Basically flashies. The Minecraft story mode. I have both seasons. I platinumed on the PlayStation 3. And then, of course, I was like, well, it wasn't bad on the PlayStation 3, maybe on PlayStation 4, but loading it back up on the PS4 after doing it on the PS3, doing, like, the whole thing in about 2 days, I just do not like it anymore. Like, I can't. Neo, I don't know anything it's about. It's another one of those games that I picked up just to add to the collection, more or less. Mortal Kombat X is the standard edition. I own all the DLC on the game, though, so, I bought this game. I got it for Christmas when it came out, I remember. I don't remember the year it came out, but, I got it as a Christmas gift. Great game. Then throughout the time of adding the DLC characters like Freddy, Jason, and all them. No, Freddy wasn't in the game. My bad. It was. You get the point. I get my mind. I haven't played it in such a long time. Great game. We got the Unlimited Edition for Mortal Kombat 11, of course. It's just like Mortal Kombat 10. This one I feel like could have been better. It's very monotone with the fatalities and the story. It takes like 2 hours for the story, but I don't think Mortal Kombat is known for their stories, maybe. I don't know. I only ever bought them because, they were pretty interesting back in the day. But, this one has, like, some cool characters. You got Rambo, the Terminator, and, we got RoboCop, Molina's in this game. All your cool characters. It's alright. Mafia, highly recommended. I never played any of the old Mafias, of course. So when I saw PlayStation had a sale on it, I bought let me rephrase that. Mafia 3 was the first Mafia I played. Probably terrible. Some people might be like, how dare you? But I got Mafia 3 when it first came out as a Christmas gift. Absolutely loved it. Never really looked into them until recently. PlayStation had the sale, bought Mafia, and then I loved it so much, bought the trilogy. And then since it was all digital stuff, of course, I looked for the physical editions because I liked them so much and I wanted them on my shelf. So, bought it. Mafia 3. It's just like the other Mafias. This one's not too much to say. I believe you're in the New Orleans on this one. But, I mean, it's a Mafia game. Not much else to say. Very mono. It's alright. The DLCs are a little bit out there, in my opinion. Medieval. This is a newer pickup. I don't know what it's about. So, I will get back to you when I actually play it. Outlast Trinity. I bought this game, I remember, right when it came out on the disc after watching a bunch of people play it on PC years ago. Right when they made this out on 2 disc, I immediately went out, got the game, and I loved it. It's now a game that I believe is sought after from collectors because every time I see prices for it, they range from like the 80s, like $8 plus. I don't know if it's collectors or not, but I loved it. I would never get rid of it. Probably one of my favorite horror games I own on the PlayStation 4. Next is Overcooked. Oh, what happened? Overcooked was a game that my wife wanted, and so I bought it for her. And, it's a fun party game if you get enough people. The missions, like I shouldn't say missions. I guess they are missions. The levels aren't too bad. It's, kind of funny, but it's also, like, it's theirs. Like, you have sometimes where you're like, this is a bit ridiculous to get 3 stars. The first one doesn't have a platinum. The second one does. Only problem I've run into, my wife and I wanted to platinum the game, was you can't get trophies on both accounts. So it's either whoever started the game gets trophies. It's one of those games. So we didn't really feel like playing it. It was kind of more of a headache to do than anything. Paranormal Activity. I didn't even know this was a game until I picked it up recently for my October pickups. I thought it was based off of the movies, The Paranormal Activity. But somebody said it was like a promotional idea for it to be like, well, here's a game to go with it. But I don't think that's true because I think when the first Paranormal Activity came out, the PS4 wasn't even out yet. But I could, I think it's that old. So I don't know. I haven't really ever heard anything. I've never seen gameplay of it. So I'm hoping it's worth it. This is a PlayStation VR demo disc. You can get it with the VR set, I don't know what's in there. I haven't even put the game in, and I probably will never. Rocket Arena. Never played it. Don't know what it is. Found it at a Five Below. I was going to keep it sealed, but then I was like, maybe I'll play it, and I didn't. Just the same as Risk of Rain. Found it at a Five Below. It's like, I should have just kept them sealed, but then I was like, what if they're easy platinums? And, well, I guess this one's not too bad. It's just there's like some grindy missions in it. Red Dead Redemption 2. So the bad news is I had the second to Ultimate Edition, I believe. It came with like the sleeve on. It came with some rare horses and weapons. All that type of stuff. And then in the end, I got rid of it because I wasn't really into trophy hunting. I beat the game and I had like 3 copies. And I just haven't ever bought it again. But I wish I did. But, it's Red Dead. Great story. I've tried, when this game first came out, I went out the day of its release, bought it, installed it, played it for a week straight, had it done in a week straight after probably putting almost 70 hours in. No social life, no nothing. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Great game. Highly recommend. Resident Evil 2. Never played any of the originals. Bought these. I bought it. No. I got it as a gift the first time. I started it. I was terrible at it. And I got rid of it. And then then I was out one day, got it again because I was like, I like the Resident Evil games and I just gave up on it the first time. Got it, played it, started trying to speedrun it to get super good and become a speedrunner. I beat it like on both characters and then put the controller down and just haven't picked it up again. But overall, great game. Resident Evil 3. Another game, never played the original, but bought this game when it came out. I wanted to become, I tried to become professional at this one. wanted to platinum it because people were like, we could platinum it in a day of playing. I did like every mode except the hardest mode, got to the final boss, and it was like I could not beat the final boss on the hardest difficulty. I'd get past the initial start of it, and then I'd get one shot over and over, and I just had enough, deleted it, and never played it again. Resident Evil 4, it's a classic game. Highly recommended by people. I bought it when I was at a convention, actually, and I was like, gotta play it. I never did yet. It's still here, though. Resident Evil. This is the first one I played when I got back into the Resident Evil series. I was very late to the... I'm pretty sure people would be like, you're very late to the party. I know. Shameful. But overall, I loved it. And then ever since then, I've been a big fan of the Resident Evil series, and I hope they make a new one kind of soon. Resident Evil Village. So this game came out, and I refused to pay full price for it because I watched gameplay of it. So I actually went out the one day, went to a game shop, like local / one of those types of game stores, and I found it used for $40, and in my opinion, I was like, oh, this seems so worth it. So I, of course, bought it, went home, and probably played it. I played it one time, and then I just never really played it as much as I should. A lot of people are like, it's a highly recommended game. I'm like, it is, but it has its points where I'm like, it's alright. Next is the Saints Row 3 Remaster. It's just like the old Saints Row. It's a game I wanted to platinum, but it's the one heli assault mission is keeping me back. So I never did, but there's some stuff I think they took out of the original one and put it in, they took it out of the original Saints Row 3, which is last gen. Put it in here, took some stuff out, censored it a little bit. So, I mean, overall, it's Saints Row, it's the same thing. Saints Row 4 with Gat Out of Hell. I've bought this game, got rid of it, bought it again. I mean, it's one of those games, when I finally bought it, I played it, I wanted to platinum it, and I don't know, it's just Saints Row 4, I don't like it as much, and the one save I had, I don't have an older save to actually go back and 100% the game before the final mission. So there's that, and the missions weren't as great as the last ones, because this one you have superpowers and all that ridiculous thing and Gat Out of Hell. This one that I bought, it didn't have the code, or I couldn't access it. I didn't really know what it was, so eventually I got Gat Out of Hell, and they were both kind of ridiculous and not that great in my opinion. Game I found at a game shop. I thought it was going to be another one of those rare, unique games that you might never find. It's going to be worth something one day. I think the game's only worth $8, and I don't know too much about it, and, well, never played it. Marvel Spider-Man, I was very late to the party playing this game, but once I got to playing it, I platinumed it within a week. Absolutely loved it. Probably one of those games that really put me back into the PlayStation type, feel of I was bored, there was no titles, so of course, late to the party, bought the game. That was absolutely amazing, and I wish I could find another game that had that feel, that it was like, oh my gosh, give you that amazing, type of feeling in the game. Oops. About Miles Morales, right after I finished the other Spider-Man, went out the same day, bought this game. I started it. I didn't really have that feeling of this is cool, but then once I really got into the game, it was another game I finished probably in 2 weeks, because I started it, was and then I didn't play it. Then I picked it up, finished it in a week, and highly worth it if you're looking for a fun open world game. The Spyro trilogy, I picked this up recently. I've never played Spyro, but I heard it's a cult classic. Phoenix Resale, I watched a lot of his videos, and I remember when he was doing the PlayStation series, he said it wasn't highly recommended, but he had it for the PS1. Trilogy, I mean, how could you go wrong with the trilogy? Yet to play it, but I mean, I hear it's probably worth playing. South Park: The Stick of Truth, another game I was late to the party. I started it, and I just, gotta be honest, I didn't care for it. It felt kind of dull, and well, it has the weird how let's say it is The Last of Us. We don't really have to say anything about The Last of Us. Of course, you know, it's been on PS3, PS4, and now they remastered it for the PS5. So, you know, I'll say I've only played it once, and my only one playthrough. I didn't spend any time on looking for it. It was pretty cool. You know, if you're looking for a cool zombie game, yeah, you know, pick it up, but it's probably not worth $60. If you did, I'd get it for last gen, if you own a PS5, or just PS4 in general. My sad copy of The Last of Us 2. I had this so nice, I lent it out to somebody, and they utterly destroyed the case, so I mean, there's a big cut in the case, you know, it got water damage from wherever they had it. So this game will get replaced eventually, but right now this is my current playthrough game. I wish I wouldn't have given it away when I had it. It's a very fun game. I thought it was going to be kind of boring because I started it, didn't care for it. Now playing it again, I'm really appreciating how the game is written and done, and it's overall fun, you know. Next we have Skyrim, a game I was very close to platinuming. I mean, it's Skyrim. There's probably like, I don't know, 10 versions of it now, so we won't go that in detail in Skyrim. It's a game probably everyone's played. Yes, I own the VR version of Skyrim because it comes with the bundle. I know I keep saying about that every VR game, but the shop I bought it from gave me like 5 games with the bundle, so I mean, overall, cool, but I'll never play those games because, well, this one's a 0.5% for platinum, by the way. It's insane. The Order 1886, I only bought this game because I hear the platinum wouldn't take that long. And then I started it, and I was like, I kind of didn't like it. I just didn't feel like wasting time on it, I'll be honest, you know. The Walking Dead, the Telltale series. This is The Walking Dead, comes with all 4 seasons. Now, I didn't do any review of this game, and when I thought it had all 4 seasons, I thought it'd be like how the episodes go in Telltale games of, you know, episode, boom, finish that, okay, there's your platinum. Instead, this game is like, play the 4 main chapters, you get a trophy per chapter. I didn't like that too much. I started it and saw that, and I was like, this is kind of dumb. I never finished it, considering I don't really want to do the first chapter 3 times, since I've done it twice already. Here we have the original Walking Dead, the original Walking Dead. It's a great story for anyone that hasn't played it. If you're looking for a platinum, easy platinum, I did this in a day. You know, of course, Telltale games, easy platinums. This is a game I would recommend buying. Story's great. You know, trophies aren't too hard. Overall, great game. And yes, this is an off-brand PlayStation case that they gave me for the game, so that's gonna have to get replaced one day. The Walking Dead, New Frontier. This one, it's I didn't care for it. I didn't care for the story. It was kind of lame. But I mean, it's another one of those games. You want to get a platinum easy? I got this in 2 days because I started it on a day that I was busy, and then I finished it the next day. You know, not much else to say. This Walking Dead, which I still have the price tag on. Bought it. It's a Walking Dead game. You know, easy platinum. But I guess this is a Walking Dead game that you actually have to do more than just complete chapters. So I mean, I'll get there when I get there type thing. But I mean, it's there. True Point Hospital. It looks very ridiculous. It looks like the Groot. No, not Groot. I can't think of the name right now. Excuse me. Whatever it is, I don't know anything about it. I saw it in a bin, and I was like, oh, I'll add it to my collection of, you know, games. And then I got it, and well, you know, if you have to play it, then I doubt I will. Oops. This one still has tags on it. It is Dark Pictures, Little Hope. It's a great game, great story game. I'm missing another one for like the trilogy set, but I'd say they're very well worth it. I believe they're from the same creators of Until Dawn, so I mean, I would say buy it. House of Ashes. This is the one I started with. I don't know. They say they're all connected, but you have to play certain ones. You know how that goes. So overall, these Dark Pictures, very well worth buying. Highly recommend playing them if you're looking for a good story game. The Witcher Wild Hunt. It's a Witcher game. I don't know how to really tell anybody because I bought this game years ago, and I was like, oh man, big open world, I'll play it. I've owned it for about, I don't know, three or more years, and I've never even installed the game. So, yeah. The Evil Within. I made this on the PlayStation 3 Remaster on the PS4. I bought it because I had the Evil Within on the PlayStation 4, or the Evil Within 2, so I was like, well, I want the first one too. I bought it, and then for whatever reason, it skyrocketed to $50 for an old game. I don't know the price of it now, but if you're an insane platinum hunter, this is a game that has a platinum very hard. I've tried to play it on easy mode, I remember, on the PlayStation 3. I never finished on the PlayStation 3, so I bought it. I don't know if I'll ever finish it, but for a Bethesda game, it's insanely hard. The Evil Within 2, mild game compared to the first one. It's still got its, scary moments, crazy monsters, all that. But time's like 10, I'd say. Got the crazy modes, got the Akuma mode, I think. But now I think their newest mode for beating it on Akuma is classic. I don't really know what that entails, but overall, it's pretty cool. The newer bosses, the newer ideas, they're all great pitched ideas. So, yeah. We're getting towards the PS4 at the bottom. The Outer Worlds. I heard it was an open world game. I'm really bad at this. I heard it was an open world fun game, and I never played it. Uncharted 4. I'll be honest, these games on the bottom are games that are all alphabetical. So but I haven't played them. Uncharted 4. I never played an Uncharted game, so this is one I picked up the one day because it was cheap at a thrift shop, and well, it's here. I don't know if I'll play it. Until Dawn, one of the first newer Sony PlayStation 4 games, I believe, when they came out. This game was insanely awesome. Had its insanely scary moments. Options. Overall, great game. We Happy Few. I don't know anything what it's about, but it looked scary, so I picked it up. Watch Dogs. Never played it. Thought it was a big open world game. I could be wrong, but I don't know too much of what it entails. And Watch Dogs 2. Now we'll go to the PlayStation 3 section. Starting off with Batman, the Telltale game. It's a Telltale game, just complete your chapters. BioShock. This one I found at a game shop, and I picked it up because I love the BioShock series. And after PlayStation gave them away for free, with their monthly games, this one I believe has the original. It says, I don't know if you still have to have a code for it, but since I bought it used, I don't know what it entails. I call classic World at War. I didn't start with World at War, I'll be honest with everybody. My first COD comes in hand with Black Ops, watching my cousins play it. I got it for zombies. I was terrible at zombies, but it's a highly recommended game. Of course, another game that you can't forget is Black Ops 2, probably a game I was pretty late to. Originally, when I played it, I had it for the Xbox to play with friends when I was in high school, high school. In school with them, we all would hop on and play it, and, well, I was pretty bad at it. I only got to, Prestige 2 or 3, and then, everyone disbands, and, well, the game doesn't play as much. Then I'd play it on the PS3, and, well, you know how it goes. This game I had to buy because of watching people meme on it too hard. So I bought this game, and I was like, oh, it'd be insane to try to go for this game to get a platinum. And yes, I would never actually platinum it, but it looks ridiculously bad for a PlayStation 3 game. It doesn't have the campaign. It's missing a bunch of stuff. It doesn't even, I believe, it has a, no, it doesn't. I think it only has, Horizon Rock is all they made, and the Giant. Otherwise, they didn't make too much for this game. Modern Warfare 2. I believe they're making a new one this year. They're remaking, not this one, but it's like it follows under the premises of what Modern Warfare is. Very excited to see it. MW3. I only bought, I believe, this game for the Infected game mode. That's probably like my favorite game mode they had on Call of Duty's was Infected. This one I bought from GameStop. I bought a game off their website and they gave me this disc, so I was honestly more or less disappointed in that. And well, it's here. It's gonna get thrown in a trade on. It's just here. COD Ghost, bought it for Infected. Didn't do too much about it. And well, this one I bought actually. You could have got for the PS4, or for $10. But considering I had a PS4 at the time and I had Ghost for it, there's no reason to own this. Advanced Warfare is the one COD I believe introduced the microtransactions, and not a lot of people were very happy about it. I did a lot. This is one of the CODs that I spent a decent amount of time. I was going for Diamond because I remember I think getting gold. All you had to do was get a certain amount of kills on the game without attachments, and you got golden weapons. I mean, it was pretty easy. MW2 Steelbook. I found, actually, here's Ghost. Oops. MW3, MW2. I found these at a local shop, all for $5 each. So I was like, Steelbooks, I think, are pretty decent prices. And it's like, I mean, how could you pass up some of the best Call of Duties? Not you. The best Call of Duties in, COD history. Bottom. Next, we have Dead Space. A game I've known about for such a long time, of it being super scary, but also super good. It's on a backlog. Followed by Dead Space 2. This one's in pretty bad condition from where I bought it from, because it was a trade-in from somebody. Then it's a shop that they just kind of take more or less whatever. So I bought this game, but I'm eventually in the future gonna try to find one that's not red case, because I don't like the red cases, and one that's not some bleached insanely bad. Dead Space 3 limited edition. If you own one Dead Space, I mean, I had to get the whole series, so I of course bought this. Duke Nukem Forever. I don't know anything about it, but I saw it for cheap, so I bought it. DJ Hero. Yes, DJ Hero. The one game I could care less about because I don't like it. I'm just not good at it. But I also have the turntable up here as my, as a cool collection piece. But I didn't really want to leave the game in there, so I just put it on the shelf. Dead Island. Talk about an underrated horror game. I know when it first came out, I guess it didn't have super great reviews, but overall, it's a very good horror game. They remastered it for the PS4. And when I mean remastered, I mean they just kind of copied and pasted. There's not much looking different on it. Not much else to say. Dead Island Special Edition. This is Riptide. This is the sequel, I believe, to it. You got one new character, a little bit of, you're on a... It's like the same game, it's just different story, with a new character. Pretty cool game. Game I spent a decent amount of time on. Dishonored Game of the Year Edition, which, when I bought this game, it actually has, so many pre-owned stickers. I bought this at a local game shop. I was just like, oh, it looks like cool details, And, I don't know, I only bought it because of how it looked. I don't know what else to say. Far Cry 3, when I bought the Far Cry 5 on the PS4, it actually gave me, because I bought the Gold Edition, I believe, it gave me Far Cry 3 for free. Otherwise, I've never tried any of the Far Cry games. So, of course, trying it on there, I was like, well, I guess I'd get the real experience by buying last gen when it came out, so it's here and I get to play it. Fallout 3, what else can we say? Fallout, both of the Fallouts, spent a lot of time with this game when it was out, when PS3 was still, the big wig of, games. I spent a lot of time on Fallout 3. I never platinumed it, and it's, the bad thing is, it's the PS3 I had an error in it, and it lost, it just got messed up really bad. So I'm getting the new PS3, it lost some of my save data from my older games, and Fallout 3 was one of them, and I just don't really feel like being bothered of redoing all the quest lines. Fallout New Vegas. Everyone knows about Fallout New Vegas. We don't gotta talk about it. Game of Thrones, I don't know too much about it. I thought this was the Tall Tale version, and I ran in there and I was like, oh my gosh, how cool. Then I actually took it home, and lo and behold, it's not. It's actually an actual Game of Thrones with a story, and I've never heard of it. Besides, this is a Tall Tale one. GTA 4. We all know. Great Grand Theft Auto. This is just the GTA 4. Doesn't have any of the DLCs with it. It's a game that I remember when it came out. I wasn't allowed to get it. But then, eventually you talk your parents into getting the game, and you're like, I won't do missions with it, and I didn't. Hitman Absolution, absolutely great one when they actually wrote great stories for these games. The newer ones just feel like there's no stories, there's no feeling in it. This one, beat it in a night, and I gotta say, I wish the servers never went offline because I'd still be playing a lot of it. Odd game to own, I know. I heard it was an easy platinum. Watch Mystic platinum it in a night. So, I got it. I don't know anything of what it's about, though. Lego Batman. I bought all these Lego games because I thought there's trophies in them. Turns out, these are early Lego games that came out on newer gen at the time, which was PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2 was still out. So I bought them thinking, oh, how exciting, get some platinums, relive nostalgic childhood memories, when, lo and behold, they don't actually have platinums. Neither does this one. Neither does this one. So I didn't really put any time in playing them, and I'm just like, they're here. Pirates of the Caribbean, because oddly enough, I bought it because I heard there was a platinum, and then I started it, and I haven't done anything yet. Lego Star Wars, The Force Awakens. I don't know how I really felt about it. I started it, I got some trophies in it. It has, actual voice acting in it, so it's kind of like one of those weird things you're like, it just doesn't feel right when you're compared to the old ones, and they just kind of make, sounds, Lego Rock Band. I had the drum kit and stuff at the one point, and Rock Band games are very expensive in today's market, so I went and got the cheapest one and started it, and I was like, I don't care for it. Minecraft again. I have two different versions, as you can see. They're I don't know. One came from Amazon, one came from a game shop, and yeah, Minecraft Storybook. Bought this Tall Tale game, and I was like, easy platinum. Talk about a draining platinum, because it's not just do the story mode, it's also when you have to pick between the griefers, and then there's the other, and the redstone people. So it's not only do you have to complete that chapter and pick your side, you have to go back, redo all that. So it's just a pain. Mortal Kombat, a great Mortal Kombat. Same game, and you get Kratos in both of these. How cool was that at the time? Get Kratos, get Freddy Krueger. I think that was it. Mortal Kombat was the DC. It was a very interesting crossover to put DC characters against them. This one doesn't have fatalities or anything. It's very bare bone Mortal Kombat, in my opinion, but hey. Midnight Club with the Mitsubishi on the front. Never played it. I wanted nostalgic purpose games, and I thought this would be the old one. Bought it. I've yet to play it though. So I bought Naughty Bear. This is a game if no one's ever played it. It's a very fun game. It's almost like a violent Care Bear game. Which is one way of describing it, in my opinion. I bought it. It's fun. I've only played on the Xbox. When I saw it on the PlayStation 3, I picked it up immediately. I don't know, some people are like, it's a collector's game. I don't know if it is, but I have that, and then I saw this sitting there, and I was like, this has the cooler box art. This one is, I think, reference to the movie Kill Bill, I believe it is. Red Dead Redemption Undeniable. This is seriously one of the coolest things Rockstar has ever done. I wish they would do it with Red Dead 2. But they never have, and it's kind of sad to see, but I'd definitely pay full price for an Undead Nightmare for Red Dead 2. We got Resident Evil 5, of course. Never played this one yet. Bought it. It's on the backlog list. Resident Evil 6, probably one of the worst Resident Evils I've ever heard. Like, from what people have said, it sucks, it's terrible. I don't know. I started it and it seemed just kind of like a funny game to me. Red Label, Red Dead Redemption. This is another game I'm going to have to play again because my old console corrupted. I lost my Red Dead progress, which I wish I didn't. But I mean, gives you an excuse to replay this game. Talk about amazing. Saints Row 2, game has no trophies. Played it on the Xbox 360 back in the day. I had to buy it for the PS3 because that's what I collect for a lot more. It's here, but I haven't bothered with it just because I don't have. If there's no trophies, I don't really play it. Saints Row 3 is another game. I had a lot done on the old PS3, lost it, started it back up, and I just don't really feel like doing Saints Row 3 again. So I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Who knows? Saints Row 4, I bought it because I just like it. Saints Row. I have all the progress. This one came with all the DLCs, you know, and it's okay. But I didn't like doing all the collectibles on it. Let me come down here. Saints Row Get Out of Hell. This one is just an actual standalone game, of course, so I mean, it's a Saints Row game, but you play as Johnny, play as Johnny and Kinzie. You could choose your characters, you know, it's one of those. You attack the devil because, you know, your main character from Saints Row 4 gets abducted. It just follows under that. Silent Hill HD. I bought this. This is the only Silent Hill game I own. I bought this. I bought it off of Amazon, I recall. And I bought a used one, and they sent me a brand new sealed copy. I don't know if it'll ever be worth anything one day, but I was like, you know, I might look for an opened copy to play, but I mean, sealed, yeah, I don't know. Silent Hill games, some of them go for ridiculous monies, and a sealed, never opened Silent Hill, I'm like, you know, it's all original seal, so I just don't want to open it in case, you know, it goes up for some crazy price one day. It's still sealed. Sly Cooper, you know, of course, a game that every PlayStation 3 player's probably played. I never did back in the day, so of course I went out and started looking for them again. They're on my backlog of games that you could probably, I hear like platinum in a day, in like a couple hours. This is what it is. Skyrim, the Legendary Edition, because it comes with all the DLCs. And I don't feel like doing the DLCs. I've done them on the PS4. The Sims 3. Not much to say. Sims 4. The Sims are just the Sims, you know. Not much to say about them, you know. You got their made-up sim language, you know. It's basically like Life Simulator. The Sims 3 Pets. Just same thing as the last Sims, but now you have dogs and cats, and I believe hamsters. The Walking Dead Survival Instinct. I wasn't very good at it back in the day. But of course, when you're collecting nostalgic games, you know, it's a game my cousins and I played. So of course, had to buy it again. Haven't loaded it up. I don't want to be bothered with it. It was just kind of time shift. This is a game I picked up. I saw it for $5, and I was like, "Oh man, this might be some rare, unique game." No, it's not. It's just as bad as it sounds. Yeah. The Last of Us. Not much to say. The Walking Dead, same thing. Great game, worth the time. The Walking Dead Season 2. This is The Walking Dead. I bought it because playing all of them, I was like, well, I want to have the full series to experience each episode. Only to find out that this game does not have a platinum, I believe, or so I've heard, so don't think I'll ever bother with it. Oblivion, of course, everyone knows. Great game. This one was a GameStop exclusive, which my camera focuses. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. I never played Oblivion. I started Skyrim, but everyone's like, you gotta play Oblivion then. Terminator Salvation. This is what I recall people telling me was like if you became a trophy hunter when PlayStation first announced trophies. This has 11 gold trophies and one playing on the hardest difficulty, platinum. This is what I guess early trophy hunters would consider your easy platinum. So I'm like, okay, you know, I picked it up. I haven't played it yet. It's here. It'll get played one day. The Uncharted pack, because I was like, you know, 2 games for the price of like 1. Yeah, it seems good. Xbox 360 game because I don't have the Xbox anymore. I'm gonna get one again, of course, but you know, I saw this and I was like, yo, that's cool. Resident Evil case, you know, it has Chris Redfield, I believe, is on the back, and I don't know who the girl is. We got the monkey from Black Ops. Now we go into this one, which I just made a recent video about. All my retro games. Animal Crossing, a game that it was like one of the first GameCube games I played way back in the day. So, sadly though, this one is a not so original one. It came with a PlayStation 2 case, no memory card. So this down the line will get thrown probably in a trade, like in a sell pile. Just because as a collector, I like to have original everything. Like, you know, it needs to not have the player's choice. I don't want that. And I'd like to have the memory card and everything else that goes with it. Next is Godzilla. I don't think I ever played that growing up, but I don't know, the guy convinced me. He's like, you gotta buy it. Great game. Worth time. So I'm like, alright, you know. Mario Party 4. This is a game. I love the Mario Party games. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, I'm gonna have to get to it and play it. And yes, for people that are watching, or maybe this is in the background, this is Days Gone Ring, of course. I was such a big fan of it that I went and found one and got it. This one is not complete, but it's here. That's all I care about. It's here. Mario Party 5. I'm missing 6 and 7 for the GameCube. I'd love to have them, but there's another one missing its manual. So down the line, I'll either have to find the manual for 4 and 5, or just get rid of them in general. Double Dash though is all complete. A memory card holder, all that cool stuff. Mario Power Pens. You're becoming a nostalgia collector. For whatever reason, I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I should try to collect all like the Mario games. You know, so there's some that I really want because they're part of childhood memories, and some that I'm like, if I get them, I get them. Mario Superstar Baseball. This, if anyone remembers when the Red Box came out, I tried it out there, got it, loved it, and never actually bought it because, well, growing up, you know, you don't get that option. Pokemon Coliseum. Never played a Pokemon game on the GameCube, but everyone's like, well, it's a collector's piece, so you gotta get it. I found that I got it. I don't know if I'll ever keep it for the long run or if it'll just, you know, get traded for one thing. Lego Star Wars, the best one. Lego Star Wars, another one. Super Mario Sunshine. I played a lot of this, so I, of course, had to buy it again. And yet I've yet to get actually back into it. Super Smash Bros. I only played the one on the Wii, so I got that and I bought it. We got coming down now. Burnout. I believe this is the first Burnout in the series. Haven't yet played it. Burnout Revenge. I probably put back in the day 1,000 hours. I think I had everything done in this game, so having it again and redoing it all again, it's pretty fun. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. A very fun game. I never played any of the remastered. This is the only one I've ever played. So I'm going to have to try to beat this and see how it goes. Old Hitman game. Another old one. These I bought because I've heard like they have very interesting Easter eggs. So, you know, I'm kind of curious. Mafia. Oh no, they all fell over. Mafia. Where was I? I gotta get more. You know what that means? You gotta get more games. Mafia because I love the newer ones. So of course I had to get the one with the terrible graphics and see where it all started. This one I bought because it has a bunch of, you know, fun party games, and I was like, you know, maybe one day down the road I'll worth something. Pinball, not much to say. Need for Speed Underground 2, another great game. I've only played it on the GameCube, so buying it on the PS2 is pretty much the same, but, you know. Resident Evil 4, I now have 2 copies, and I'm going to have to get one for the GameCube one day. Probably the OG Battlefronts. They're probably one of the best Battlefronts. The only Battlefronts. This game. The Sims Herbs in the City. Or the Herb Sims in the City. I played a lot of Sims games in my, you know, growing up. I was a big fan of the series. The Sims always just was there, and I spent a lot of time playing them, maxing them, doing 100%. And so now we're on to the Switch collection. We have Animal Crossing. You know, who doesn't have Animal Crossing, I guess. Luigi's Mansion, newest pickup. Only play the GameCube one, so of course I went and bought this recently, and I don't know too much about it yet, but it's pretty fun so far. I bought this game because it was the only Mario game I actually found for $10, and I was like, what a steal. Thought it was actually, you know, I was like, oh, what a steal, and turns out that it doesn't go for that much, so it is what it is. Skyrim. Super Mario Party, because before I had all the GameCube games and stuff, I remember Mario Party being like some of the best games, and this one is just boring. Ring Fit. And another Animal Crossing. But that's all in the collection that I have so far. This is my updated collection. You can watch the original one. It's still on the channel. This one is updated, and you know, I hope everyone enjoyed, and comment for more if you'd like to see in-depth gameplay of any of these games or just reviews, etc. And have a good day. Thank you for watching.